As the war in Ukraine evolves, Russia is accelerating the production of its most advanced main battle tank, the T-90M Proryv. But this move is more than battlefield adaptation. It reflects a long-term military-industrial shift with broader implications for NATO and the balance of power in Europe. In this video, we analyze the strategic role of the T-90M within Russian ground forces, its combat performance, and how its mass production may influence regional security dynamics. With credible field data, doctrinal insights, and satellite-tracked deployments, this is a grounded, in-depth look at how armor warfare is evolving and where it may be headed next. As the war in Ukraine enters its third year, Russia is no longer simply reacting to battlefield losses. It is rebuilding, rearming, and repositioning. At the heart of this effort lies one clear signal: the large-scale production and deployment of the T-90M Proryv main battle tank. This move is more than tactical, it's strategic. It reflects a shift toward long-term readiness, deterrence, and a possible challenge to NATO's Eastern posture. The T-90M is not just another upgraded tank. It's Russia's most capable and modern ground combat platform in service today. Built on lessons learned from decades of Soviet tank evolution and refined in recent conflicts, it brings modern armor protection, digital fire control systems, and advanced thermal imaging to a military that has long relied on outdated platforms. The message is simple: the era of T-72 variants is ending. Russia is moving forward. The tank is produced at the Uralvagonzavod facility, one of the largest armored vehicle plants in the world. Production lines there are now operating under high-tempo schedules. In the face of Western sanctions and resource constraints, the Kremlin has prioritized military industry as a cornerstone of national defense and economic stability. The goal: volume, speed, and operational effectiveness. What makes the T-90M different from earlier models? It features the Relect reactive armor system, better protection against tandem charge warheads, and active defense measures to counter anti-tank missiles. Its new Kalina fire control system enables rapid target acquisition, while its improved V92 S2F engine delivers superior mobility in both urban and open terrain. These upgrades are based not on theory, but on direct experience in Ukraine. The Russian Ministry of Defense has used the Ukraine conflict as a live-fire testing environment. Dozens of legacy tanks were lost in the opening months of the war, often to Western-supplied javelins, NLAWs, and drones. The T-90M, although not invulnerable, has demonstrated greater survivability even under fire from top-attack munitions and loitering drones. It's not a perfect solution, but it's a decisive improvement. This tank is also changing how Russian forces are structured. After a period of experimenting with modular brigades, the Russian military is returning to division-level armored formations. These larger, more traditional units are being re-equipped with T-90Ms and supported by self-propelled artillery and modernized infantry fighting vehicles. It's a shift back to deep battle doctrine: mass firepower, shock maneuver, and sustained forward momentum. Western intelligence agencies have tracked this shift closely. Satellite imagery reveals an increase in military rail traffic, tank deliveries to staging areas near NATO borders, and active training exercises involving T-90M-equipped units. These movements are not subtle. They're part of a broader realignment, and NATO is paying attention. While the T-90M may not outperform the M1 Abrams or Leopard 2 A7V in a one-on-one duel, that's not the point. Russia's doctrine is not about precision wins. It's about saturation, redundancy, and pressure. The T-90M is cheaper to build, easier to field, and faster to repair. In a war of attrition, those factors matter just as much as firepower or armor thickness. Still, the comparison is worth noting. NATO tanks are heavier, better armored, and benefit from superior electronics and crew survivability features. But they are expensive and produced in smaller numbers. The The T-90M, by contrast, offers Russia a practical, scalable tool for armored dominance within its operational doctrine and industrial capacity. The T-90M also plays a psychological role. Domestically, it supports the Kremlin's narrative of resilience and technological strength. For the international community, it's a signal of Russia's continued military capability, even under sanction. For NATO, it raises new questions. Is this preparation for escalation or leverage for future negotiation? Sanctions have hit Russia's defense sector hard, especially in electronics and optics. Yet through domestic substitution and procurement from China, Iran, and North Korea, Russia has managed to maintain output. The resulting systems may not match Western quality, but they are sufficient for Russian operational needs. From a doctrinal standpoint, the T-90M fits the Soviet legacy of deep battle. Large-scale, high-speed armored thrust aimed at penetrating enemy defenses and overwhelming logistics. While Western forces increasingly invest in combined arms maneuver with air power, precision drones, and smaller footprint forces, Russia doubles down on armor and artillery. In response, NATO members are scaling up. Poland has ordered over 1,000 new tanks, both K2 Black Panthers from South Korea and M1A2s from the US. Germany is revitalizing its Leopard 2 program, and Nordic countries are modernizing their ground forces. NATO no longer assumes a slow war. It is preparing for a fast, high-intensity clash. What makes this moment significant is the convergence of industrial policy, battlefield adaptation, and geopolitical messaging. Russia's tank surge is not random. It reflects broader intent to re-establish hardened borders, reinforce conventional deterrence, and demonstrate strategic depth. Whether the West believes it or not, Russia is building capacity for prolonged confrontation. Economically, the tank industry has become a stabilizing force within Russia. Factories provide employment, materials flow through domestic channels, and production showcases national self-reliance. In wartime, weapons become more than tools. They become economic drivers and political symbols. In the final analysis, the T-90M is not just a tank. It is a statement of military adaptation, strategic patience, and national resolve. Whether it ultimately shifts the balance of power is still uncertain. But one thing is clear: Russia is preparing not for peace talks, but for sustained readiness. And in today's world, that alone demands attention.